The hearing is being recorded, and I'm going to let everyone in from waiting room. Good morning. This is a hearing before the Licensing Board for the City of Boston. Today is Wednesday, May 20th at 10 a.m. I will introduce Kathleen Joyce, who is the chair of the board.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I'm chair of the board, and thank you for joining us today for our virtual hearing. I'm joined this morning by Commissioner Kiana Saxon and Commissioner Liam Curran.
As a procedural matter, this hearing is being conducted pursuant to the governor's emergency executive order temporarily amending the open meeting law. This hearing will be recorded and will be posted on the licensing board's website within 24 hours. Just as in an in-person hearing, I will read the application before the board into the record and ask that any individuals here to make a presentation unmute themselves. The chair and the commissioners will ask after your presentation any questions, at which time we will take testimony in support, beginning with elected officials or their representatives, and in opposition in the same order. If you would like to testify, please either use the chat function to indicate so or raise your hand, and we will try and work with you to make sure that no one is speaking over each other, although everyone will have the opportunity to testify. With that, calling Four Seasons of Massachusetts, Inc., doing business as Four Seasons, located at 200 Boylston Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from William Ross Taylor to Alyssa J. Lawrence, attorney Andrew F. Upton.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Andrew Upton for the Four Seasons. With me is Alyssa Lawrence, the proposed manager of record. As you know, the hotel is currently closed, but the previous manager has moved on and they are quite short-staffed now, so Alyssa has been promoted to this position. She is a Mass resident. She's a U.S. citizen. She is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board because she's been at the Four Seasons for about 13 years. She has worked directly for the previous manager for the last 5 or so years. She has great experience having worked in catering and hospitality almost her entire career, where she was responsible for the sale and service of alcohol in her previous jobs, and also as a bartender and catering manager, where she was tips and ServSafe trained. That being said, I and she are glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Upton. Are there any other operational changes?
There aren't any now because there's no guests and no service of any kind.
Okay.
At some point there may be.
Okay. All right, thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to testify in support or opposition of this change of manager? Do either of the commissioners have questions for this? Okay, and with that, I'll say thank you for joining us this morning.
All right, thank you very much.
Calling Brighton Beverage Corporation, doing business as Martinetti Liquors, located at 1650 Soldiers Field Road. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license and location from the above to Lee's Quick Pick Inc., doing business as Lee's Market, 1591 Commonwealth Avenue. On first floor of building, sales area with multiple coolers and backroom storage, 600 square feet. Anil Kumar M. Patel, also known as Anil Kumar Mafatal Patel, manager, 11 p.m. closing hour. Attorney Stephen V. Miller.
Good morning, Rashi Manglik from McDermott Quilty & Miller on behalf of the applicant Anil Kumar Patel. We are here today seeking your approval for a transfer of an all alcoholic package store license. This is being transferred as stated from Martinetti's in Brighton to Lee's Quick Pick, which is currently at 1591 Commonwealth Avenue. This is an existing convenience store. It's been there for several years, and it's looking to add beer, wine, and liquor products to its grocery items. It's going to maintain a lot of the grocery and convenience items because that's what a lot of the community comes to the store for. So they don't want to get rid of that, but they want to add some beer and wine and liquor so that it's more of a full service store. The hours of operation will be 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. for the regular convenience and grocery store items, and then the liquor hours will be on Sunday, it'll open at 10 a.m., Monday 8, and Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday will be 8 a.m., all closing at 10:30 p.m. I think we had actually switched that to 10:30, not 11 p.m.
Okay.
The client, Anil Patel, he has owned this store for since the early 90s. He does not plan to sell any nips or singles, and he also plans to ID everyone and put it through the scanner that will be updated monthly. So that computer will tell the cashier at the time whether that person is under or over 21. They plan to take security very seriously. There's cameras on premises as well. And so they are serious about this operation. They want to be able to provide to their community and be able to provide the services that their customers have been asking for. We completed community outreach last fall while we were obtaining zoning relief. So that was approved by the zoning board. We had about over 100 petition signatures, which I can provide to the board by email, I think would be best. And the Office of Neighborhood Services at that time was also in support.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Patel, are you a citizen? Oh, you're on mute. One second. We'll start again. Mr. Patel, are you a citizen?
I am U.S. citizen.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes, I have another store in Watertown. I am holding that license for almost 10 years.
Okay, thank you. And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to testify in support of this application? I see someone.
Madam Chair, yep, that's me, Connor, with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Madam Chair, members of the board, we'd like to go on record in support of this proposal.
Okay.
We conducted a butters meeting on September 11th, where we received positive feedback from the residents who attended. The applicant went on to the Brighton Allston Improvement Association. Although they didn't receive support from the Civic, we believe their offer to not sell nips and singles will mitigate any serious concerns that the neighborhood may have. And as the applicant mentioned, we supported them when they went through the Zoning Board of Appeals. So we think this is going to be a good addition to a small neighborhood store that has a lot of support from the community and is viewed very favorably.
Thank you for joining us. Is there anybody else who would like to testify in support of this application? Is there anyone here who would like to testify in opposition of this application? Commissioner Saxon, Commissioner Curran, do you?
Commissioners, do you have any questions? I think Kathleen just froze.
I don't. No question.
I don't.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay. Sorry, my internet keeps freezing. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Calling the Daily Market LLC, doing business as the Daily Market LLC, located at 105 Savin Hill Avenue, has applied for a retail package store malt and wine license to be exercised on above. The premise includes a portion of the basement, 650 square feet, 3 rooms consisting of back of the house storage space, walk-in cooler, walk-in freezer, and kitchen preparation area. The entirety of the commercial habitable space on the first floor, 3,215 square feet, specifically front of house grocery store consisting of open space grocery, deli counter, and bakery station, 2 bathrooms, 2 storage areas. Manager John C. McDonough, closing hour 9 p.m. Attorney Alec T. Benelli. And for the record, the applicant has also separately applied for a common vitular license, and I believe on the record will be requesting a temporary CV food only license in coordination with this application.
Okay, thank you.
Leslie. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Alec Benelli from Pulgini and Norton. To my right is John McDonough, the manager of record for the premises package store, wine and malt beverage license for the Daily Market in the Savin Hill neighborhood of Dorchester. It's a local grocery store that has been an asset to the neighborhood since it opened, as demonstrated in the numerous letters of support that I've submitted to the board. It's a local grocery store selling food and groceries to the neighborhood, locally sourced. Been an asset to both the neighbors and the Christo Ray, who's also sent in a letter of support. They are looking to sell beer and wine at the grocery store. It's a asset that isn't available in the community. They're looking to be a one-stop shop for the neighborhood. They're looking to operate and sell beer and wine between the hours of 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. They're looking to offer a wide selection of beer and wine, packaged beer, no singles or nips or loosies of any kind.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McDonough, are you a citizen?
Yes, I am.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes, I am.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes, I am. I've been the manager since the store opened.
Okay, and are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone who has joined us this morning that wishes to testify in support of this application?
Pat Fendel from Neighborhood Services.
Madam Chair, members of the board, Patrick Mandel, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. We'd like to put on record in full support of this proposal. This store has been an asset throughout this particular moment with the ongoing public health emergency. They've served as an essential business. We'd like to support them as they progress forward in their small business in the neighborhood. There was a full community process run for this as they underwent the Article 80 small project review. They've done extensive outreach to the abutters, including the Christo Ray School, as well as their immediate abutters. They've also gone to the Columbia Savin Hill Civic Association numerous times to discuss the proposal for, from the building to the businesses inside the building. They do excellent community outreach. We'd like to on record in full support of this under the conditions, the counselor's point, that they just don't sell nips or singles, as some concerns were raised about trash in the area. But otherwise, they're a great local business. We'd love to support them as they pursue this.
Thanks, Pat.
Karen Foley, you also raised your hand.
Oh, wait. It says I'm unmuted. Okay, thanks. So Karen Foley, Councilor Savi George's office. Like to say we support this project. We generally are very supportive of local businesses, and the Daily has been very well received in the neighborhood. We understand that they have not gone before Columbia Savin Hill, but plan to attend their next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there
I think Kathleen froze for a moment. Is there any?
testify in support? Here. Oh, sorry, go ahead. My internet's freezing.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in support? Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition?
Okay. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
Madam
Thank you very
Chair.
much. Yep.
Madam Chair, just as a follow-up, we would ask the board for a temporary CV license, as well as Leslie mentioned, we submitted a CV application, and we're just asking the board to consider a temporary CV application at this time.
Okay. Thank you very much. We will.
Thank you.
Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Calling Aluminum Market LLC, doing business as Allium Market, located at 1 Design Center Place, has applied for a retail package store malt and wine license to be exercised on the above 176 square foot kiosk located within the Boston Design Center East on the first floor. Manager Talia Glass, closing hour 11 p.m. Attorney Kristen L. Scanlon.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Kristen Scanlon representing the applicant. With me this morning is Talia Glass, who is the owner of Allium Market and the proposed manager of record, as well as Kristen McLaughlin, who is the GM for leasing at Jamestown at the Innovation and Design Building in South Boston. Similar to Allium Market that exists in Brookline now, which opened in December of 2017, the applicant is now seeking to open a small-scale second location within one of the kiosks at the Innovation and Design Center. The market's primary offerings will include cheese and specialty pantry staples like pastas, olive oil, vinegars, mustards, jams, tinned fish, chocolate, rice, beans, crackers, market items of that nature, along with hopefully wine and beer. They will also have limited food offerings, which will include cheese plates to go and grab and go sandwiches, as well as made to order grilled cheese and caprese sandwiches, which we will follow up and submit a supplemental application for a CV license for this location as well. As far as the beer and wine offerings are concerned for this location, the plan is to have a small cooler for beer and chilled white wine and shelves for red. Based on the sheer size of the location, these items will be there to complement the cheeses and pasta offerings in the market. And they'll probably have no more than 10 bottles or variety of wine at a time, probably 2 to 3 red offerings, 2 whites, 2 rosés, and similarly. With the beer offerings, their focus will be on small batch, carefully curated local selections that are available in the area, such as Lamplighter and Trillium. Talia, who is the majority owner of the market and the proposed manager of record, is initially from Michigan and went to Emerson College and has worked in the food industry most of her adult life, with her initial training and most thorough training at a specialty food market that's popular in Michigan called Zingerman's, and she's also worked at Whole Foods Market as well. Her assistant manager, who has been with her since before Allium opened in Brookline, has also worked in the market and food industry most of her adult life, including experience in the bar industry, and another manager as well who has worked with Formaggio Kitchen and was part of their wine buying team. Talia does plan to be tip certified before they open for this location. They will have a 7 p.m. closing hour on the weekdays and 6 p.m. on the weekends. They're mandated by Jamestown to be closed by 7 p.m. at this location. As far as public need is concerned, the Innovation and Design building does have a existing unique mix of fast casual and full service food options. Plus, they're also home to 40 plus different businesses covering an array of industries from manufacturing and production, technology, research, design, communications, and retail. Their particular selection of products that they'll have do complement the offerings that currently exist at IDB. And this particular area is essentially void of any residents in the immediate vicinity, so there'll be little to no impact on any residences. There are thousands of employees and visitors that frequent this area on a daily basis, so they'd certainly benefit from a small market which provides these specialty foods and takeaway meals, with the hand-selected wine and beer pairings to grab and go on the way home. There's currently no other specialty markets offered like this in this particular area of South Boston. As far as community outreach is concerned, we did send letters to nearby property owners as requested by the mayor's office, and reached out to nearby tenants who I know at least a few sent support letters to the board prior to this morning's hearing. And we also spoke with Councilor Flynn, who was supportive of the petition.
Thank you. Ms. Glass, are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes.
And explain that you have experience in the food industry? Okay, sorry, my internet keeps going in and out. Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they relate to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here who wishes to testify in support of this application?
Hi, Madam Chair, members of the board, Shanice Pimentel with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services on behalf of my colleague, Kaylee Dillon. We have no questions or concerns with this application and would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa?
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Vanessa Wu from Councilor Flynn's office, and we would like to go on record in support of Allium Market. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And Alicia?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Alicia Payne here on behalf of Councilor Flaherty, wishing to go on record in support as well. I just want to echo the comments of both the Mayor's office and the District Councilor. Thank you.
Thank you. Was there someone else that joined us today in support? Okay, is there anyone here who wishes to testify in opposition to this application? Commissioners, do you have any questions about this application? Okay, thank you both for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. All of these matters will be taken under advisement and voted on tomorrow. Thank you.